Landon and Evan. Shh. All right, as we're waiting for a few more people to get on, like Mark isn't on yet. I don't know who else isn't on, but we're gonna wait a few more minutes. Shh. Landon and Evan, I'm not giving any more warnings today. Okay, it's 8:15 in the morning. So, anyways, we are going to play Kahoot. This is just a giant review game. I was like, oh, we should do something fun. We haven't played Kahoot as a whole in reading class this year. Let's just do something fun today. So that's why I decided to make this giant Kahoot. It's 20 questions long. Each question you have 20 seconds. They're all multiple choice, except for I think there's one true false. And we're not getting points, okay? It's just for you to see what you remember from this year so far. So there's questions that are kind of old. There's some about prefixes and suffixes. There's some about vocab. There's some about the story we just read. There's a whole bunch. So we are not doing it for points. It is not going to be for a grade. This is a review for you to see how much you've been remembering throughout the year, okay? So I don't want anyone getting upset if you get things wrong. I don't want anyone bragging. Like, awesome if you get them all right. If you don't get them all right, that's okay. Okay? This is review. It is not for, no one's like winning anything, okay? We're going to wait 2 more minutes. See who else hops on. Hopefully all of the technology is fine. I started it nice and early. That way I could hopefully work out all the kinks. But hopefully it works. We'll see. But that's my little rundown. No one's being crazy. We need to have our voices off while we're playing. I don't want anyone to be giving away the answers because I want to see what you guys know, okay? Like, that's the whole point. I want to see how you guys are retaining, keeping the information in. Oh, attendance. This is I almost forgot attendance. You're quite good at it. It'll go back in a minute. Landon, you're going to have to see the screen, bud. So get in your seat. All right, I don't know who we're missing. Yeah, Landon, that was a rhetorical question for Mrs. Kneifel to say out loud. That was not a you respond. What? No, we're not turning the music on. Because it's loud and I don't like it. Yeah, I literally already said they could have a juice box this morning, Landon. Not right now. We're doing reading class. All right, we're going to wait like another minute. I feel like the normal virtual students that are on, or you guys are on. Yeah, I don't know why Isaac left. We'll see if he gets back on. We'll see if he hops back on. Because once we start the game, I don't want anyone else to join because that's not any fun. All right, we're just going to go ahead and get started. If someone missed it, that stinks. But hopefully it's a fun game. I'm going to get started. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Remember, you only have 20 seconds for each question, so you don't have time to be messing around. Don't type the answers in the chat if you're at home. Don't be saying the answers out loud if you're here. We're doing our personal best with a review, okay? I'm going to press start. It's 20 questions long, so it's very long. We got to be focused. That's just the review. It's module 1 through whatever review. So, what is the text structure of Who Studies Natural Disasters? That was the story we read this week. What was the text structure of it? Notes, letters, cause and effect, normal story form. Remember, this is going to go quick. Ooh, almost all of us were right. Remember, it was written in 2 letters, a letter over here and a letter over here. So it was written as letters. If you got that right, give yourself a pat on the back. If you didn't get it right, now you know. Landon, I'm not going to talk to you again, bud. Okay? Landon, I already... Raise your hand if you heard me say that there was going to be no points. Okay, Landon, I said that multiple times. You do not need to shout out. Not a single other person spoke after that, okay? All right. Next one. Well, maybe. Landon, repeating what 2 other people said is not necessary. The dog looks like a lion. What figure of speech is that sentence? Is it a comparison, normal sentence, a simile, or an idiom? That dog looks like a lion. What type of sentence is that? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, snap. It's a simile. I compared something using like, or is a simile. The dog looks like a lion. So a simile is when you compare something using like or as, okay? So it's not just any old comparison. It's specifically a simile. Are there any questions on that one? If you didn't get it right, hopefully you know why now. Using like or as. What does the Greek root gram and graph mean? Recorded, scrawled, saw. Written, drawn, recorded. Written, drawn, and written. What does the Greek roots, I said roots, plural, not just root, sorry, gram and graph mean? Ooh, some of you guys didn't even answer that one. This is the one we learned this week. Gram and graph both mean written, drawn, and recorded. Dun, 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 dun. Moving on to the next one. By the way, the leaderboard, how it has those 0 points, that's just who logged in first. So don't think you got like who's ever in first. The next screen, it's just whoever logged in first since there's no points, in case you're wondering. All right. In a play, there are sentences you don't read aloud, and they tell the actor what to do. What are they called? Stage notes, things to do, directions, stage directions. In a play, there are sentences you don't read aloud, and they tell the actors what to do. What are they called? So this, you got to think back to our play. They are stage directions. That is what they are called. Those things in parentheses that are like in italics that say moved right or he moved right. Those are called stage directions. Going on. Dun dun. Ooh, 9 players have reached Answer Streak 3. Woot. Good job, guys. The root phone means what? Light, sound, loudness, noise. The root phone means what? P-H-O-N. Light, sound, loudness, noise. This was our first root we learned. So this is a throwback.
Using knowledge, I now know what the whole word phonograph means.
Yeah. All right, guys. It was sound. Light is photo. Phone means sound. The correct answer was sound. All right. By adding the suffix y to a word, it changes a word from a noun to a what? A cat, an adjective, an adverb, or a pronoun. By adding the suffix y to a word, it changes from a noun to a what? Cat, adjective, adverb, pronoun.
I'm just joking around. It's obviously cat, though. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah. What? Sure. All right, it's an adjective because remember, if there is the word like, I'm trying to think of one. Of course, I can't think of one. Like a cloud is a noun, but if I put a Y on it, then it is cloudy, and that's an adjective. So the correct answer is blue, adjective. Boys and girls. Next one. What type of poem has 3 lines and a total of 17 syllables? The quatrains, a sonnet, a haiku, or a terek? I can't ever say that word. That's actually cinquains, not quatrains. Cinquains, sonnet, haiku, or the terek. Terek.
Tercet.
Yeah, whatever. It is a haiku. Remember, that's the 575. That's the one I did where I talked about myself, but how lovely Mrs. Kneifel is. A haiku poem, 3 lines, 575, which equals 17. Molly and Elijah, get it together. Landon. The sentence, it's raining cats and dogs, is what type of figurative language? Idiom, simile, poetry, figure of speech. It's raining cats and dogs. Is that an idiom, a simile, poetry, or a figure of speech? Landon, I already answered you on that. Because you didn't listen. Yes, you can. Okay, a figure of speech would be figurative language, so it's not that. That's just what it's called as a whole. It's an idiom. An idiom is raining cats and dogs. A simile, it can't be a simile because that's using like or as. So it is an idiom. Mark has a streak with 7 correct answers in a row. Good job, Mark. Number 9. I love to do things on a whim. I'm not a planned person. I could be described as what? Unplanned, spontaneous, organized, happy. I love to do things on a whim. I'm not a planned person. I could be described as what?
That's literally, that's what we learned this week. That's one of the things.
Yeah, that's the one we learned this week. So we should be getting right answers. Ooh, almost everyone got it right. I mean, I may be happy person, yeah. Actually, I'm not a spontaneous person, but good job, guys. We almost all got that right. 3 players have reached a streak of 7. Whoop, whoop. Okay, number 10, halfway through. Natural disasters can be easily predicted. True or false? Natural disasters can be easily predicted. True or false?
This one's hard because it's true and false.
No.
Or is it? Yeah, it's a hurricane.
No. But easily, it's just simple. Like you can predict a hurricane. No. If someone is predicting a natural disaster, they have special skills like scientists and stuff. So it is false. They're not easily predicted. The normal person off the street cannot predict them. Other than things like earthquakes and volcanoes and stuff. Guess what? We can't predict them at all necessarily. So the answer is false. They are never easily predicted. Well, let's just say easily, not easy. Sorry. I made this morning. Ooh, Mark. Highest answer streak of 9. All right, number 11. The prefix IR means what? No, not, again, before. The prefix IR means what?
Mrs. Kneifel, I want to go click simile on question 2, but I accidentally clicked comparison. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's okay. It means not, like irregular means not regular. IR means not no, okay? It means not. No is definitely not before. Before would be like pre, and again would mean re. Those would be the prefixes for that one. Number 12. Where does a suffix go in a word? Anywhere, end, beginning, middle. Where does a suffix go in a word? It goes at the end. Of course it goes at the end. Ooh, if some of you guys didn't get that right, snap. We've been learning suffixes a lot this year. You better start learning where a suffix goes. Goes at the end. Next one. Where can a root be in a word? Anywhere, end, beginning, middle. No one better press end because remember a suffix goes at the end. We just did that in the last one. So anywhere, beginning, or middle. Where can a root go? Like a root would be rupt or gram or graph. Trick question. It can go anywhere. We literally talked about that this week. Remember, a root sometimes is at the beginning. It's sometimes smack dab in the middle. Sometimes it's at the end. It just depends on the word. We literally talked about that this week, friends. And then where does the prefix go, everyone? Beginning. So, suffix at the end, prefix at the beginning, root anywhere. All right. Marks, 12 correct in a row. Good job. All right, 14. What is another word for evidently? Obviously, therefore, lastly, in the end. We learned the word evidently a little while ago. But if something's evidently done, is it done obviously? Done therefore? Done lastly? Done in the end? Obviously. Yep. The answer is obviously. Another word for evidently is obviously. Like evidently she's wrong. Obviously she's wrong. In the story Winds of Hope, the main character created what to power his home? Windmills, flour mill, winds, electricity. In the story Winds of Hope, the main character created what to power his home? The correct answer is windmill. Correct. You cannot, like, winds, you can't, someone didn't create wind. I mean, wind was here when we all got here. A flour mill is something that, like, you churn wheat with. All right, 16, we're running short on time. The beginning of a paragraph should always be what? It's just like every other sentence. Indented twice. What is a paragraph? Indented once. The beginning of a paragraph should always be what? We're running short on time, so. Oh, wait, no, we're not running short on time. This is Knife Live. We have lots of time. I'm crazy. Indented once. Correct. What is a paragraph? Okay, obviously we know what a paragraph is. It should be indented. You press that tab button. 5 players have reached answer streak 11. The make-believe story Airborne was what genre? Fantasy, poetry, realistic fiction, nonfiction. The make-believe story Airborne was what genre? Airborne was when he saw those like creature thingies flapping away. Okay, the correct answer was fantasy. Remember, there was like those, they were in that crazy flying blimp and all that stuff. It definitely wasn't nonfiction because not nonfiction at all. And realistic fiction, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think we could hot air balloon across an ocean. But that one was a fantasy story. I ran into a chair. I yelled at the chair. Ow, you hurt me. What did I just use? A figure of speech? Person to chair talking. Personification. Figurative language. I ran into a chair. I yelled at the chair. Ow, you hurt me. What did I just use? I just used personification. Correct. Because I'm giving something that doesn't have human-like qualities. I'm saying you hurt me when obviously I hurt myself by running into the chair. Hey, boys and girls, if you can hear me, put your hands on top of your head. Personification. If you are a witness to a crime, that means you heard about the crime, you saw the crime happen, your friend saw the crime happen, you asked a friend about the crime. If you are a witness, witness was one of our vocab words a few weeks ago. The correct answer. Ooh, everyone got that correct. It means you saw it happen. Good job.
The one who keeps pressing circle.
All right, final question. I enjoyed this review game. Yes, no, kind of, neutral.
I feel like that's the right answer.
All right. If you can hear my voice, put your hands on top of your head. If you can hear my voice, put your hands on top of your head. All right. So right now, I'm just going to go next, and I just want you guys to look at the score you got. Can you guys see? Does it say how many?
No.
Okay. Oh my goodness, boys and girls. We need to take it down like 6 notches. Zach.
It says awesome. Thanks for your feedback. We're glad you had fun.
Let's see if I can download you guys'.
Because I clicked yes and now it just put me up to the page. Maybe.
I was thinking of another word on one I got wrong that I accidentally misclicked on another one. So now I'm sad.
All right, well, I'm going to review how you guys did. I want to see a thumbs up. How do you feel like you did, boys and girls? Do you think, just on your own personal level, do you think for how much you know, did you think, hey, you know what? I think I did a good job. I think I remembered a lot from this year. Or do you think, maybe I could have remembered more? How do you think you did?
I know that that grade I got, so I think I did pretty good.
Well, good. All right, so next, we still have time in reading, but I'm going to tell you what we're going to do next. All right, so it is Friday. We did a nice, lovely review game. If you're, so what you're going to do next, Math RTI is until 9:10, so we have plenty of time. I forgot that rotation 1 is longer than rotation 2 and rotation 3 just because I start earlier because we're already in homeroom. So what you're going to do next is you're going to AR read. And then also, I'm going to put a small question on Google Classroom. And you can answer it before you start reading, but after you read this whole time, whatever you want to do. But the question is going to be, what AR book are you reading right now? Question mark. And then you're going to give me a tiny bit. You're going to tell me about the book. Like pretend, well, I probably don't know what you're reading. You're going to give me a little detail about your book. So in about 5 minutes, the question will be up there. And you can answer it anytime by Monday, okay? You have to have it done by Monday. You're just going to tell me, this is the AR book I'm reading right now. And then you just have to tell me a little bit about it, and then tell me if you're liking it or not, of course. Are there any questions about what you're going to do the rest of reading class? AR read, and then you have a short question that'll be up in 5 minutes. Zach?
You do know what I have to do.
Some people have more than one book. If you don't have any questions at home, you're good to go. Thank you guys for playing with me. Good job. The question will be up in 5 minutes. I don't know what we're going to do for, yeah, you can erase your name. I don't know what we're doing for Math RTI yet. Mrs. Jones sent me an email about it, so I have to read her email to see what we're doing first. So, thank you for playing, Angelina. Yes. All right, I'm going to put that question up in 1 second, friends. Landon, look for a book. You're just sitting.